You probably have not heard about bullying. It's not just happening among kids. A new book called Bully in the Ivory Tower finds that workplace bullying is happening at an alarming rate in higher education. I'm joined now by the book's author, Dr. Leah Hollis. And Dr. Hollis, you say 62% of people who work in higher education have experienced bullying versus 45% of the general population. Where'd you get these numbers?
I surveyed 175 schools, and what I found in the return is that a number of people, especially in the entry levels and the middle management, we're talking about how they were the target of bullying, either from the boss or the organization in general.
What's going on? Why at colleges and universities? How are bullies protected?
Well, what's interesting is that in a college or university, we are all trained to be experts in our field, to go out and do this wonderful research and create excellent knowledge. It also is an isolating experience. So now when you have to manage people or collaborate or have team building, you've already been protected by tenure perhaps, or at least in a culture that supports being isolated and also supports a pretty big ego. So that doesn't always make for the best management skills.
So in these case studies, who was saying they were being bullied? Younger educators bullied by tenured folks?
Typically, it was somebody at the entry level, your assistant director. It might have even been the director or just the manager of the department. Folks who are reporting upline to vice presidents, provosts, or even the president. So bullying has to do with power, and those with the least amount of power are the ones who are on the receiving end of bullying.
How does that impact students?
It impacts students because if you're so busy being distracted staving off a bully, you're not focused on the student who needs help with financial aid, or you're not focused on the student who needs help with their tutoring or their academic advising. You're busy licking your own wounds after being the target of a bully.
Now, obviously, a lot of the people watching right now do not work in higher education. What are the lessons learned from your book about across the board? How can we deal with bullying in workplaces across America?
Well, if you approach the bully, and actually bullies want to do well, just like most leaders do want to perform well. So if you let the person know that it's affecting their productivity, that it's affecting how the staff is operating, bullies tend to have higher turnover underneath them. So the cost of turnover is about 150% per person who leaves the institution. So bringing these things up. Another way that an organization can deal with it is 360 evaluations, doing evaluations of leadership and holding them accountable for how people feel underneath them.
Dr. Hollis, thank you for joining us. We're going to go down now to the ellipse for the lighting of the National Christmas Tree.